Yo, what is up guys? Chef Vapor here bringing you another video. Welcome back to the channel. So we've got a few things to talk about today, so we're just going to dive right in and knock it out. Today I'm bringing you Forgive the Reflection, the Limitless RDTA mod kit. So first of all, we're just going to dive right into the top. I have wanted the Limitless RDTA for a very long time. It has kind of stuck out to me ever since I got the Arms Race box mod. As you well know, it's not working at the moment, but it still does have a very, very dear place in my heart. I love that box. I am working on it still. I'm still waiting for the update, and I'm trying to tweak a few things myself on my downtime. I just haven't got it up and running yet. But once I do, it's probably going to be my everyday user because I love it. Regardless, these things look super, super sharp on them, so that's one of the reasons why I wanted it. The other reason is I'm very, very curious as to how it worked, and everybody that's had one has left super awesome reviews on them. So I wanted to try it out, and I'm very, very happy with it. So this guy, you have 4 airflow holes. 4 airflow holes. You can obviously turn those off or down. The Limitless logo right there. Nice big Delrin tip. We're going to pop this guy off and look at our deck. This is a postless deck design. Right now I'm running dual Alien Claptons, 5 wraps each. This comes out to be about a 0.17, somewhere around there. And then what you do, and I'm not going to take this collar off right now, but you take this collar off and you poke your cotton through. You run it through the little slits that are in there. Poke it down into the tank. Obviously, you're going to trim it a little bit, but you just leave your cotton super long. Very, very much like the Skyhook. It's a very, very nice design, and I'm actually going to fill this up so I can show you guys how to fill it. Right here, I like to, when it's closed, I like to line that hole up with that cotton, but to open it, you're just going to spin it until that shows. We're going to grab our juice here really quick. Right now, I'm vaping on a mixture of a couple of things. But this predominantly, so we're just going to put this in here. This is Lunar Harvest. I'm not exactly sure who makes it. From all the research that I've done, I believe it's from the Vapors Knoll. At the very least, that's where you can get it if they don't make it. But a couple of friends of mine picked it up for me and wanted me to try it, so I'm vaping it. The flavor description on it is blast off. Lunar Harvest will cultivate your taste buds with exploding flavors like berries, rock candy, and blue cotton candy. So because it's a rock candy and a blue cotton candy, it is very, very sweet. Before we continue that thought, I'm just going to show you how to fill this. So what I do is I like to tilt it back just a little bit. And this works really well with a bottle that isn't a dripper, but you can make the dripper work too. I just tilt it back a little bit, poke it in, kind of straighten it back up, and just squeeze it in there. And you can see the juice fill up. This can be a little bit of a messy thing at the first couple of times you do it, but it's pretty simple all in all once you get the hang of it. That's pretty good. I'm going to splash a little bit of juice on top of our coils really quick, just to help that juice process along. There we go. Yeah, but regardless, the Lunar Harvest, it is a good flavor. It is very, very, very sweet. It's almost all sweetener with some flavors added in there, the berries that they say. So just keep that in mind. If you guys want to try it, yeah, go for it. But you got to like sweetness because cotton candy, when you make cotton candy, it's all sugar. That's how you make cotton candy. Is you heat up sugar and you wrap it around something. Rock candy is pretty much the same way. It's like Nerds kind of. It's hard sugar. That's what it is. So keep that in mind. It is pretty much a 90% sweetener juice. So if you like the sweetener things and you like just sugar, then go for it. It's kind of like a pixie stick almost. It doesn't taste like a pixie stick, or Kool-Aid. It doesn't taste like either of those, but that's kind of what it tastes like, if that makes sense, because it's pretty much all sugar. I don't know. You just have to try it if you want to. If you want that sweetness kind of sugar in your life. If you don't, it doesn't sound good to you, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you do want something like that, it is a good flavor. It does sell on that. I have been mixing it with Alien Piss 2 because Alien Piss 2 is made by Bomb Sauce. It is a pretty good flavor. But But there's a couple of things that I don't like about it. Alien Piss 2 is a strawberry pink lemonade. And it's just a little bit too tart for me. I don't think they've added quite enough sweetener in that one, personally. It's a little bit too tart on the palate for an all-day vape. They did the tartness and the sourness of the lemonade very, very, very well. I think they just did it a little bit over the top, in my opinion. So I've been mixing these guys, and they kind of blend each other out and fulfill what the other one was lacking in. And it works out pretty well. But right now, this is pretty much all Lunar Harvest, so we're going to go ahead and hit this guy. As I said, it was a dual 5-wrap Alien Claptons. Works out to be a 0.17. I'm running this at 115 watts on the G-Priv right now. We're going to take a few hits, show you some clouds, and then I'll swap over to the mod that it comes with. We'll put this guy on top of there, and we'll go from there. So, like I said, this juice is very, very sweet. It's very, very, very sweet. It's pretty much all sweet. But there is some berries in there that you can appreciate. Most of it's raspberry. There might be some blueberry in there. If there is, it's what I like to call a dirty blueberry, where it's just kind of bogged down. It almost tastes like a grape. It's a very dark blueberry flavor. But it is good. It is good. You do get the berries, but you get a lot of sweetener, so keep that in mind. It does make pretty decent clouds, so I will give them that for all the sweetener. It is probably going to kill the coils in the cotton. In fact, I've only had this cotton, it actually looks pretty decent. I've had this cotton in for a couple of days, so it looks pretty decent for a couple of days. I'll give it that. Alright, now we're going to go over to the mod that it comes with. It comes with this guy right here. This is the special edition RDTA mod, specifically designed for this. It's got the Limitless logo on the bottom of it. This is a collab by iJoy and Limitless. I'm going to pop my battery in here and we'll hit off with this guy a little bit. This is a collab by Limitless and iJoy, very much like the Limitless XL tank. And as with most business co-ops, something went sour. Somebody didn't agree with the other person, and you know they don't get together, don't get along very well anymore. But be that as it may, they did make something quite phenomenal. So we're gonna give them that. We're going to go ahead, hit this guy. I believe, let me pull out my calculator. Oh, I don't have my calculator on me right now. I'm pretty sure that, and this battery is damn near fully charged. If it's not, I've hit it probably 4 times now, off of a 4.2 charge. So it's probably like a 4.18, 4.15, somewhere around there. So we're running on a 0.17 that's roughly about 115 watts, 120 watts, somewhere around there. So this is hitting at about 115 watts, we're going to say. Pretty decent clouds. It's got incredible airflow. That was something that I was kind of worried about because I like those airy vapes. It does it pretty well. I'm very impressed with it. I love the big Delrin drip tip. It holds a pretty decent amount of juice. I'm gonna guess. I would guess probably between 2 and 3 mils. I don't know. It might say on the back here. Oh, okay. It says that it holds 5.3 mils. I don't know if I believe that. We'll give it to him. We'll give it to him. 5.3 mils. The cotton probably just takes up a little bit more room, so it kind of adjusts to that. So we'll say maybe 4 mils. You do fly through the juice relatively quick, as you would in the Skyhook or a regular dripper, or a TFE 12 for that matter. But you know, it does do it pretty well. So I very much like this RDTA. In fact, I highly recommend it. If you're looking for a nice, trusty RDTA, go pick yourself up one of these guys. Now, you don't have to get the mod kit. I just did because I wanted the mech, I wanted the tube, and it's made by Limitless, and I am a huge fanboy of Limitless. I think they make very cool things, and maybe not always practical things, but I think they're very cool regardless. And iJoy, when iJoy teamed up, I'm a pretty decent fan of iJoy as well. Some of their items are kind of hit or miss, but all in all, I think they're a good company, and I think what they do and what they try to do is good, so I give them that. But regardless, when iJoy teamed up with Limitless, I think that's where they both really shined, and they kind of put their inputs together on this tank specifically and the Limitless XL tank, and I think they did that very well. So if you're looking for an RDTA, absolutely. If you're looking for a mech, yeah, this is really cool. It does have some pretty nasty voltage drop, as most mechs do, but as long as you keep that in mind, it's a nice unit. It really is. So I will also say, if you wanted a mech but you don't have one, you just got a box right now, I'm gonna say two things. The first one is, ask yourself, ask your core why you want one. They are really cool, yes, absolutely, but please keep in mind that a G-Priv and any of the 12th generation tanks, the TFE 12, the Maxo V12, the SigPet Eco 12, the Arctic V12, any of those, that you're going to get more flavor, more vapor, more juice, and on your box it's going to be safe. So an RDA or an RDTA is going to be underperformed or outperformed by the 12s, and a box is always going to be safer, more reliable, more powerful, and easier to use than a mech. So just keep that in mind. Regardless, after weighing all those things, you still want a mech for the tradition or whatever it is. Like I said, I'm a fanboy of the tradition as well. Obviously, I own one, so I like it. I like it a lot. Just be safe, guys, because these guys can be super dangerous. And 11 out of the 10 stories that you hear of something blowing up or something going wrong, it's because somebody had a mech and they didn't know what they were doing. So if you do want to still get into it, just go to your local vape shop, go to somebody that you know, that you trust, and just explain it to them. Be like, hey, you know, I really want to get into this. I know it's not super practical, but I still want it just for the tradition factor or whatever reason you have. Sit down, explain it to them, explain the reason and the passion behind it, and that you don't know anything about it, or you know very little, you know they can be dangerous, and you just want some supervision and some help and some guidance. And 9 times out of 10, or at least here, me personally, will walk you through it. So just go to your local vape shop, talk to them about it, do your research, do your explaining, and kind of sit down and think about it. Because it can be a very dangerous thing. So just, guys, be super safe with it. For all of you old school guys, you know what I'm talking about. Just be safe. Just be safe, be smart. Battery safety, know your Ohm's law, all of that. Just be super smart and super safe, because I worry about you guys. I really do. So we're going to wrap this video up. It's gone way too long already. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is, again, the Limitless RDTA and the RDTA mod kit. Highly recommend the RDTA. The mod's pretty decent too. So thank you guys so much for watching. And keep on vaping.